So the word of the day is patience. So this relates to everything you're doing in your life. Your finances, your driving, your standing in the line at the grocery store. Everything you do, this particular word affects patience. So yesterday in the car driving, a young person started tailgating me, and they were getting very obnoxious, like right on my butt. So I'm thinking, oh my gosh, buddy, what are you doing? I mean, immediately I get annoyed, but he swerved out, went around me. Now this is on like a residential road in a neighborhood, and swerved around me and went by me and was yelling stuff at me. And I'm like, normally I'd go off, like back in the day. Oh yeah, I'd be like, what? But where am I getting? Nowhere. So you got to change that up, and you just got to say, why is he yelling at me? Oh, because he's impatient and he's in a hurry, and he's a young person that doesn't know that he's driving erratically. The whole thing's wrong on his end. But that's not my problem. I'm not taking that with me. I'm not taking that past that moment. I'm going to forget about it. I'm moving on with my day. I'm not going to go into work and say, you're never going to believe what somebody did to me today. Who wants to hear that? Nobody cares. Okay? Nobody cares. Back in the day, you could do that, and we'd share stories and things like that. But now, nobody cares. Nobody cares one iota about that stuff. They probably didn't care back then either. But, we'd tell things, funny stories to like liven up, our work day. But boy, I'm getting a lot of sun here. Sorry. But the moral of the story is, the more patience you grab that. So that kid went around me and was yelling stuff at me and laughing. They were laughing. There were two of them in the car. Who cares? Whatever. That's their mindset. I don't want to drag that mindset into my head. I don't want it in my head. I'm going to go, oh my goodness, and say, boing, it's gone. It is a habit. You need to learn how to act like this. It's a habit. It's not something you're going to learn overnight. It might take, 30 days to grab. So that would happen again. Some similar situation like that would happen again. And you grab it. You go, oh no, I'm not getting upset about this. It's not worth your time. There's too much arrogance in the world that you need to concentrate the good stuff. Okay? So how this relates to finances is you need to be patient with the results. So you start the plan, you implement the plan, whatever your plan is, but you've got to implement it. Like today, get on it. The longer you wait, the more in the hole you're going to get, or whatever your situation is. The longer you wait, the longer it will be that you're going to be frustrated, annoyed, and all these other things. So get on your plan right away. Today, when you get home from work. If you're not working today, or if you work second shift, do a plan before you go into work, so you already have it in your head. So get it out. Get it on paper. Say, this is what I owe. This is what is in my savings account. This is what I spend each month. Look at the two. If expenses are bigger than the income, you got to start cutting stuff, because you're not going to get anywhere. You're not going to get anywhere. Even if you're putting it on a credit card, get all of your expenses and write them down. Even if you're putting them on a credit card, and then look at them and say, oh wow, I am spending $4,000 a month and I only bring in $2,500 or whatever it is. So if expenses are more than income, expenses are more than income, start cutting stuff. Like, start selling stuff. You know, selling stuff on the internet. Get some changes going on. But the first thing you need to realize, the word of the day, is patience. You know, stuff does not happen overnight. And if it does, it's usually not sustainable. So, you know, like a gradual process into a new lifestyle, into a new way of living and a new way of thinking, it takes time. So it usually takes, I'm going to say 30 days or more, and you just keep practicing it. You might find yourself accidentally yelling, like say somebody does something to you like that, driving, and you might find yourself yelling at them. Yeah, it probably is going to happen, because we've been doing this for, well, I don't know about you. I'm talking about myself. This is something I do. I've been doing this for a long time. Even today, you know, it's annoying. You know, I'll go, oh my gosh, and I'll catch it, or I'll yell something at the guy. He doesn't know I yelled anything at him. You know, he cut me off in traffic.
Car on shoulder reported ahead.
I apologize to that guy, and I move on, because it is not. And what's funny is, once I say, hey buddy, I'm sorry for yelling at you, it disappears. Why wouldn't I do that? I'm not carrying it with me during the day. You know, so be patient with your finances. You know, make sure that you got your plan in order and implement it today. Get on it. You can do it. Happy Monday. Have a great day, everybody. Bye-bye.